Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the Cosmic Creation of 144. If you're new here, my name is Monse, and if you're returning, thank you very much for coming back. You're a real one. I'm sorry, my dog's distracting me. Alright, so I'm about to record 2 videos back to back. I was guided to do so, I gotta go buy more sage because this is literally all I have. Mama, turn on some Palo Santo real quick. But yeah, so I'm not exactly sure. Hold on. I'm not exactly sure what the messages are. I know what decks I'm using. I'm using 3 different decks for both videos. Okay. So I'm going to use 3 decks for this one and 3 different decks for the other one. So let's just get it going, okay? Because I don't know what is in the energy. Maybe chaotic. I just got a weird smell, like a stench. And there's a whole lot of Palo Santo going on, okay? And I got a real bad stench. Or maybe that's how somebody's looking at you, like, you know, crazy, looking at you crazy, or side-eyeing you, or I don't know. Okay, but let's see what we got going on. Oh, and I just got chills. Ancestors. I heard ancestors. Ancestors. I don't know why I keep saying it. I don't know. Okay. I'm just gonna let that. I feel like it's dark. Hold on. Let me. Did that do anything? I don't know, but it felt dark. Hold on. Okay, I think that's better. It was low-key feeling dark. So we're gonna start off with the Ochun. Oh, okay. The ancestor deck. That's why. The ancestor deck. Let's just clear them out for a second here. Clean them up. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. Like, chills. Like, I don't know. The energy is real, y'all. We're gonna keep going. See what's going on right now. We have total disruption at the split and creative expression. And I did say something about that, like, right? Chaos, chaotic. Just because that's how, oh, okay, maybe your life was in chaos. Did you hear it? I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to take it for how I'm getting it. So if you saw in the beginning of the video, like, my kids were screaming, jumping up and down, and both of them, my 2 youngest ones, they were screaming, jumping up and down, doing this, doing that. and now you don't hear anything. It's just the TV. Now they're just chill. So maybe you were in something like that. You were in a chaotic environment and you recently detached yourself from it. You recently let go of something, person, place, or thing that was chaotic in your life, or that was bringing disruption or distorting your life, or just negative as fuck. Okay, just that, just negative. Your strength was tested. You see that? Your strength was tested. Or maybe that was it's something from the divine, like the divine tested how strong you were, and you passed that with flying colors. Congratulations. You passed it with flying colors because you released yourself from this chaotic or this disturbance, this, I don't know, you were in a, there's somebody here who was in a situation like that was crazy, that was chaotic, that was toxic, that was just not good for you, period. And you were like, you know what, fuck this, it's time to get the fuck up out of here. And I just saw 616, and before I started the video I looked at the time and it was 616. So I don't know, that number can be significant, or that angel number. I'm not exactly sure if it is an angel number, but if it is, I don't know. Look it up. See if there's a message in there for you. But sacrifice and self-reflection is on the bottom of the deck. So risk it all. With with sacrifice and risk it all. Oh. You did a lot of self-reflection. And you just said, fuck it. I'm risking it. I'm taking the risk. You gonna make the sacrifice and you gonna take the risk. It's like taking that leap of faith, right? You did some self-reflection. So maybe this was you thought about getting out of that situation over and over and over. You thought about all the pros and all the cons and this, that, until after, like, you were just like, fuck it. You threw out the pros and cons. You threw out the pros and cons, and you were just like, I'm getting the fuck up out of here. It's time to go. Okay? You risked it all. And I feel like you're about to see the benefits of that risk. Okay? Or you already are. Thank you, Spirit. You already are. And honestly, I feel like I just saw 808. So you might be seeing 888, 808, 818, 88. I was going to say, you risked it all. And you're about to see the benefits, but like I said, I heard you already are seeing the benefits. And if you're not, take a step back and look around. Look around. Take a look around where you could have been if you didn't take that risk. And be grateful for where you are at the moment, okay? Bigger and better. I heard bigger and better things are coming. So if you took yourself out of a situation that was crazy, right? And right now you're in a situation where you're like, okay, so I got out of that. How come I'm still eating shit? Don't look at it like that. Don't look at it like that, because where were you when you were mixed in all that bullshit? You in there no more. So to me, that sounds like a win. Because you can still be in that situation, but you're not. You got yourself out of that. Be proud of yourself for that. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself credit, because doing shit like that is not easy. Because with that, the sacrifice and self-reflection came out, and risk it all. So you really thought about not even doing it. You thought about it at one point, like, nah, it's not worth it. I ain't gonna do this shit. But the situation got, Okay, thank you, Spirit. It was almost like your ancestors was like, no, don't think like that. Because you probably were like, nah, fuck it, I'm going to just chill here. Your ancestors were like, oh, hell no. They were like, nope, it's time to go. We got to go. And you were like, fuck it, I'll risk it all. The wheel of change. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. 888, 808, 818, 88. The wheel of change. The wheel of fortune, right? But this is all goddesses. Goddess energy. So maybe that is another amazing thing that is, thank you, Spirit, another amazing thing that's happening that you don't see yet, that you are in this goddess like energy. Whether you're a guy or a girl, it doesn't matter, right? You're in this goddess like energy. Or maybe this is how people see you right now, but you don't see yourself like this. And maybe it's about time you do. Maybe it's about time you do see yourself as this goddess. And even if somebody comes up to you, girl, please, you ain't no goddess. Yes, the fuck I am. Says who? You? Who are you? The Most High says I am. My spirit, my ancestors say I am. Okay, so maybe you already are in that energy and you haven't even, like I say, take it in. Accept it. Own it. Be it. Be that. Be that. I heard spiritual awakening. Are they all backwards? It's because they fell. I know. Fuck. Hold on, guys. Hold on. It's Bliss, the one that came out. But it came out in reverse. So let me just do it again. We all know, right? If it's gonna come out, it's gonna come out. So maybe somebody here is going through a spiritual awakening, and right now that you are on this spiritual awakening, things just keep getting worse and worse and worse. Chill out. Pray. Chill out.
I love you, Mom.
Pray. I love you too, Poops.
I like
Pray.
it.
Sorry. My daughter. Chill out. Pray. Pray. Because that's, okay, thank you, Spirit. Pray. Because that's how you're going to get guidance on what you need to do next. On what the next step is for you on your spiritual journey. And if you haven't realized you're on a spiritual journey, you're on a spiritual journey. I'm here to tell you that yes, you are. This is your confirmation. You're on a spiritual journey. Whoa. Okay, I'm going to take only the one that I saw, which is nature, the harvest. Nature, the harvest. Okay, so again, spiritual awakening. It's time to get grounded. It's time to get grounded so you can gain clarity. It's time to get grounded. It says altar of air, clarity. It's time to get grounded so you can get clarity. And I just said it on what you need to do next. Staying grounded means, I'm sorry, guys. Every time that damn mosca, going out to the beach, connecting with the water, connecting with nature, meditating. Again, like I said, breathing work, breath work, all of that. If you are interested, I have another channel, Time for T144, and on there I have a couple of videos of like I am affirmations and releasing any just any negativity, anything like that, releasing all of that. Oof. We got trust the path. Okay, don't give. Okay, so apparently, okay, so I am talking to somebody that is just starting a spiritual awakening, okay? And you are being asked to trust this path. So even though right now things look like they are a hot ass mess, it's not. You were in a hot ass mess. You ain't no more. So trust the path. Trust where you're going, because this path, there's no liars, there's no negativity, this is the path with the divine. This is the path with your ancestors. This is the path that where the harvest is going to come in. Whatever you've planted and things like that right now, all of that is about to harvest, because it wouldn't harvest when you had what you had. If you still were in that situation, you wouldn't see the fruits of your labor. Whatever that looks like for you. Okay? It says conscious connection. Again, pay attention to the signs, okay? If you are seeing, if there's a certain song that you hear and you're kind of like, damn, I haven't heard this song in heck long. Why am I hearing it now? There's a reason for it. No, think about it, okay? If you're seeing angel numbers, again, Google them, see what they mean. Maybe there's a sign for you right there. I know that when we first wake up, we're watching, like, we're investigating in a way, right? Where I know I was, when I was going through my spiritual awakening, hell, I don't know how many tarot reads I would see in a day. Hold on. Or chosen. Who's chosen? I'm chosen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know we do a lot of research and it can get overwhelming. And it can, because I got overwhelmed. So, like I said, do your research, find out what works, what is working with you. And because you're being guided at the moment. So it says consciousness connection, the twins. But I do see the sun and the moon. So you are very powerful. You have a strong connection. So you connect with your divine team a day, and you connect with your divine team at night. And this is giving regardless. If you're woke or asleep or... We have inspired action. Okay? Whatever you're being inspired to do or to create or what you think you want to do, just take action and do it. Because he has a coin in his hand. So whatever action you aspire to do, it's going to be fruitful. Also, I see all these flowers, and it's just going to be harmonious. Thank you, Spirit. Harmonious for you. It's going to bring in a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, a lot of relief, a lot of release. You know what I'm also getting? Like, yeah, thank you, Spirit. So I was going to say, with the flowers, how they're on his head and then like by his throat, I don't know. And then on his chest and then down. It's almost giving like chakras. But the flowers are everywhere, right? So maybe you're being asked to get balanced. Be balanced. That's why you're being told to trust the path. And if you already are doing your research, this is the first thing that you would be guided to do, to get aligned. So then therefore you can start hearing your messages and understand your dreams and understand the messages that divine is trying to give you at this moment. Because I feel like once you do that, once you get aligned how you're supposed to be, everything else is going to come in. Okay, because you see all the flowers around him, so they like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it's almost like the flowers aligned him, and so that made him happy. It's making him happy. I don't know how to describe how I feel like it's just that. It's just once you get all your chakras aligned, because again, you might have been in a situation that had all your chakras out of whack, or you might not even know what chakras are. You might not even know what they are. And look at, you see there's like little light coming out of here. So I feel like that's once you align your chakras, you're going to start to see the bigger picture. And that's why you're being told to trust the path, because maybe you don't right now. Maybe right now you're like, fuck, I made the wrong decision. You know, it's like ego talking. It's that ego talking. But we have completion here as well. So, balance. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Okay. I was told to get the two that were on underneath that one. There was two, and it's crazy because the one of them is the Huntress, and it says Soul Awakening. Okay, and then the other one says Balance and Harmony, which is what I was saying that this card was giving. Okay, it was giving that whatever you wanted to do it, right? Because it does say inspired action. So you're being asked to be what inspires you, what motivates you. It was going to be fruitful, right? But then with the way the flowers are, you know, here, to me, I don't know why I was getting chakras. It was giving me for your chakras to be aligned. And we got, and I did say that this card gave, like, it would, once you took action on what you wanted to do, it was going to be, I heard the word harmonious. I don't know, sorry, I have a hard time saying that word. But then we have balance and harmony. So once you get balanced, you'll be harmonious. And that's what I was getting from this card. And it actually came out. Okay? Yeah, so you're being asked to balance yourself out. And I did say water, and he is the father of water. And also, I can't help but see that there's a lot of kids in this picture. The nature of the harvest has one child. The consciousness connection has two. And then the father of water has another two. So, I don't know. Maybe you're thinking that it's not the right decision that you've made. Because right now, this is just how I'm going to say it, okay? I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but maybe you feel like, damn, well, I'm eating shit right now. Maybe it wasn't the right decision to do that because you have kids, right? But yeah, I heard it again, but thank you, Spirit. Trust, you're being told to trust the path. Trust the path. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. You're okay. So maybe, okay, so like I said, maybe you're doing your research right on what it is you're supposed to do next. So maybe this is what you're supposed to do. Get aligned. Get your chakras in order. Meditate. Listen to chakra frequencies. Get into nature. Meditate in nature. You know, trees, grass, walk on the grass. But with water here, maybe that could be a situation as well. Because I feel like once you do, thank you, Spirit, a lot of people are going to look up to you. A lot of people are going to come to you for advice. A lot of people are going to be seeking you for advice. This is what this is giving. You see how she's up here with her flute and her wings and everything. She's like the head honcho, the one that runs the show. She's the chief, is what I just heard. She's the chief. And everybody's here like, everybody's here. Look at them with their hands, especially the one in the middle. What does the chief have to say? What is the chief offering, or what are, you know, I don't know. Like, you're gonna be I'm looking for a word, hold on. A leader. Emotional and self-care. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. So this is why you might be emotional right now, because of how everything is. Because everything's like distorted. Everything's out of whack. Nothing is making sense. You're like questioning if you made the correct decision. You did. Take care of yourself. Again, this is a very powerful message. You need to get aligned. You need to get it together. Okay, you have a full divine spirit team leading you down this path. But it's like a relationship, right? It's 50-50. They can't do all the work. And now they see that you're able to handle like dramatic or chaotic situations and get yourself out of them without a scratch. Okay, I'm not saying that the situation was easy and it wasn't hard. Hell no. Because we all know the journey to a spiritual awakening is difficult. Okay? Sometimes the people that we trust the most are the ones that hurt us the most, or the ones that attack us spiritually. Okay? So when we do finally wake up, you know, things are like all distorted. So it's up to us to put the pieces back together. But don't ever think that you're alone, because you're never alone. Okay? And we have emotional self-care, mother of the water. So we have mother of the water and father of the water. And this is Yemaya. So she's an Oricha. Okay? We have the Oricha here. We got 333 as well. So since we got Orichas out here, let's see what Ochun wants to tell you also. But remember to take care of yourself. I'm not saying don't cry. No, just don't flip out. Cry and release. Cry and release. In meditation, do some cord cuttings for people, places, or things. You know, like meditate, close your eyes, and imagine, like really see those scissors cutting those cords and releasing you. And you releasing all those people, places, and things. Okay? Ochun of self-destruction, self-sabotage, destructive patterns, caution. Again, we're still continuing with that then. Exactly. Stop questioning if what you did is the correct thing to do. It was. Because that right there is you self-sabotaging yourself. And you can definitely straight self-sabotage yourself by thinking like that. And you'll end up right back where you don't want to be. Where you didn't want to be in the first place. Where it was so hard to get out of. So it says caution. So you need to try not to have negative thoughts, negative words about anything that you have going on at the moment. Hi, honey.
Buddy.
Sorry, that was my son. Okay, yeah. So you have to be very mindful of what you think, how you think, and what you say, because, okay, like I said, if your situation right now, right, if you feel like right now you're eating shit, I'm never gonna make it. This is never gonna fucking work. I should have never done this. All of that is destructive for you. And you're never gonna see what is coming. Okay? You are never going to see what is coming. Destructive patterns. So I know when we get out of chaotic situations, we still have those bad habits that we once had in our past life, because you're going through a spiritual awakening, so that life is done with. It's over. Cycle's over. It's done. You're not that person no more. You were never that person. Thank you, Spirit. You were never that person. You are right now is who you are, who you're meant to be. And this whole journey to this very moment is how it needed to happen. 3131 is how it needed to happen. So you have to be very, very mindful of your thoughts and your words, what you speak, what you say at this moment. And like I said, I always tell you guys here on my channel, like, I'm not where I would like to be. Okay? And sometimes your girl just be trying to keep her head above water. Okay? But even though that's the case for me, I still try to stay positive, to say my positive affirmation, I get up and I get ready, and like I was saying in my other channel, like, I'm not the kind of girl that wears makeup every day, but I get up and I get dressed and I do my hair, and you know what I'm saying, just to keep the motivation going. But I be tired sometimes, and I know that that's probably how you feel, exhausted after coming from where you just came from. So you probably feel exhausted. And I get it. And trust me, they do too. Your divine team, they know every single thing that you have to have, that you've endured. Thank you, Spirit, that you've endured. They know. And you already got yourself out of that. So having like destructive patterns is not normal for you to continue to kind of do, right? But now, okay, how do I explain this? Like, maybe just right after having your spiritual awakening, right, you continued with a destructive pattern, but now you're kind of like, what they're asking is to step back. 333, actually 3333, step back and change that self-sabotage thinking and that destructive patterns. Switch it, because it does say caution at the end. Okay, so if you are going through a spiritual awakening, like for example, right, if your spiritual awakening just happened yesterday, getting wrapped around in destructive patterning and self-sabotage is very easy. Very easy if you're not willing to do the work. It's up to you, because you have free will. You can say, hell no, I ain't doing nothing, and you can continue being in destructive patterns and in self-sabotage, and then that's all you're gonna attract. You're gonna be a magnet for people like that. Okay?
I see
And this car just looks like chaotic. Like there's just a lot going on. So while I was shuffling, this one flew out and it flipped over and it says Ochun, perpetual beauty. It says inner beauty, self-love, and transformation. And this is how you have to view yourself. This is exactly how you have to view yourself. Maybe right now your self-esteem is at its all-time low. That's what I heard. At its all-time low. Like you've never felt unworthy. Thank you, Spirit. You've never felt more unworthy than how you feel now. And Spirit is here telling you, no, look within. Look within. Love yourself. This is your lesson. Your lesson is self-love. With destructive patterns here, like maybe you, sorry. Maybe there's something that you do, you yourself, not because of the situation that you were in, right? Maybe there's something that you do that was a destructive pattern because of some childhood wound that you never dealt with. Or a trauma that happened in your childhood that you never dealt with, that you just shoved down and you used alcohol to block it out. Or you used physical connections to drug, whatever. That's also what I'm getting with these two. Okay? So maybe you were the one, maybe I'm talking to somebody that got themselves out of some type of form of addiction. And once they were like, no, I gotta go and get help, that kicked in the spiritual awakening. Your soul was awakened the moment you decided to get help for whatever it is that you had a destructive pattern with. And now you're being told to look at the inner beauty, to look within and look at your inner beauty. To love yourself, to look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Okay, so this is for somebody here. You are being told to look in the mirror and be okay with what you see looking back. Because I'm feeling that I'm talking to somebody that never looks in the mirror. Or if they look in the mirror, they don't really look in the mirror. Does that make sense? Like you look in the mirror and you're like, all right, I look cool. And no, really look in the mirror. Really look in that mirror. Look within you when you're looking in the mirror. Love yourself again. Find yourself again. You will find yourself again. It's that transformation. That's why transformation's at the end. So, okay. So this is, I don't know. Obviously, right, not everybody's situation is the same, but this is giving me that. This is giving me somebody that was, that had some type of addiction, whatever that looks like for you. Gambling, alcohol, drugs, physical, whatever that looks like for you. So you being on this spiritual journey and you thinking, okay, so I'm getting an image here of somebody like detoxing, right? We all know that detoxing is, well, actually, you may or may not know, right? But I just know because I've had family members addicted to a certain substance, and detoxing was a very, very, very hard journey. Okay? So that can be a situation for somebody. And now that you are doing that you did do that, it has awakened your soul, and you're being asked now to look at yourself like this. Regardless if you're a guy or a girl, it doesn't matter. But you're being asked to look at yourself like this. as somebody wonderful. That's what I heard, wonderful. As somebody wonderful. As someone who is wonderful. And you don't need nobody to tell you that. So that's another thing I just heard. You don't need nobody to tell you. You already know. So maybe you were a person that was like that, right? That would say like, oh, I know I'm beautiful, in and out. Oh, I know I'm wonderful, in and out. I love myself, in and out. Just how I am, with flaws and all, right? But I don't know, maybe in the mix of the destructive patterns and the self-sabotage, you lost all that. So now it's time to call it back in. Oh my God, and I just saw a squirrel. A squirrel just passed by. Okay, so very that. Very that. This is giving eyes be tapped in. Ochun of the soil. It says grounding, stability, nurturing. That, and I said that right when yeah, it says nurture the harvest. And here it is again. Grounding, stability. Again, staying grounded, nurturing yourself. Stability. Again, this is giving like you're coming from a chaotic environment. Whether if it was a substance, I just saw 111. Whether if it was with a person, place, or thing, or a substance, whatever that looks like for you, but you were unstable. And now it's time to get stable. That's why we have grounding, stability, and nurturing. You're being asked to stabilize yourself, to nurture yourself, to ground yourself, to align yourself. Thank you, Spirit. Align yourself. And you're going to start to see once you do that. Because you might be thinking, oh my God, this is hella hard. It's probably even harder to freaking detox. Okay? Oh my God. I'm definitely talking to somebody that needs to find themselves again. Like you are. Look, we have Ochun, Ache. It says worthiness, self-worth, and self-respect. Inner beauty, self-love, and transformation. Like these are things that you, okay, I feel like these are things that you remember who you were, but I'm sorry, did I pick up the wrong ones? No. These are things that, these are characteristics. Thank you, Spirit. These are characteristics that you've always had. But due to destructive patterns and self-sabotaging, you forgot about it. But now that you have taken that leap of faith and switched the pattern for yourself, you're being asked to now ground yourself and stabilize yourself, okay, and nurture yourself so you can again find you, so you can find yourself again, so you can find you again. I heard the air of like a princess. So, because look at, if you see here, this is all gold, right? Gold elephants, jewels. She's dripped in jewels and honey. She has a mirror made out of gold. And then in this one, same. Jewels, you know, glistening skin. Like, just beautiful. So you have to walk in that energy like that. Like you are this king, this queen. Amazing, stunning. Just a lot of just self-love oozes from you. Your self-worth, your self-respect. I feel like this is everything. You're going to gain all of that back. I feel like someone lost that. Someone had it at one point in time. Or someone thought of themselves like that. Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. I feel like somebody lost that. And it's time you found yourself again. Okay. You already, again, trust the path. You're on the right path. Trust it. Trust it. Let's not fall into old shit, okay? Because the new shit looks good to me. I don't know about you, but the new shit looks good to me. And we have the Ochun, the protector. It says safety, boundary setting, and courage. Okay? So, with this is giving me again that. You set the boundaries, right? You don't want to do whatever it is. Okay. The boundaries are, you don't want to be in chaos again, right? So, you're setting boundaries. Safety. Safety meaning you're not, okay. If, let's say, for example, you were addicted to alcohol, right? And you had 4 friends that you always drank with, right? Those are the kind of people that you want to start setting boundaries with, right? Because proceed with caution. You're like, okay, you already finished your program, right? You feel like you're good, so I'm going to continue on my spiritual journey because it's what, what has guided me to get myself clean. But not setting boundaries with these people is going to be you, again, self-sabotaging and going back to destructive patterns. So having the courage to set boundaries with those kind of people, and even for yourself, to be honest, because that's what I just heard. Even for yourself, like not having alcohol in the house. So if you live, I don't know, if you have roommates, right, and they drink, maybe you should consider a safe house. If you don't have money to move somewhere, or just rent a room if it's just you. Or if you do live with roommates that drink and it's your place, you set these boundaries, right? There's no more alcohol in my house. Oh, but we always used to get drunk and kick it, but I ain't doing that no more. Oh, well, I want to drink in the living room. Yeah, well, we're not doing that no more. You see what I'm saying? Like that. It takes a lot of courage. And that is the very last one. It's courage. All right. Let's see what the Ascended Masters got to say. And then we're going to call it. This is a very beautiful message. Okay. They were upside down. I'm kind of glad I pulled that one because they were all upside down. Okay, I'm going to take the one I saw. Oh my God. Michael and Faith. It says spiritual calling. It says divine protection and breakthrough moments. That's exactly where you're at. That is exactly where you're at this moment. You are divinely protected, and this is your breakthrough moment. This is like your moment to shine in a way. Like this is, thank you, Spirit. Again, Spirit called and you answered. Your soul awoke. Okay, it literally says, it says spiritual calling. Trust the path. Don't give up. I know it's hard and your situation might be super difficult. Just trust it. Don't doubt it. Not for 1 second. Okay? Not for 1 second. I don't know who needs to hear that, but I'm really getting that. I know your situation might be really hard right now. Trust the path. Don't lose yourself again, please. Okay? Cut it out. Stop doubting your capabilities, because if you put yourself in a situation where you went and looked for help, that's already a huge step. Pat yourself on the back just for that, because not a lot of people do that. Not a lot of people seek help for whatever situation they're in. Or even if it's in like a karmic relationship. If you have a significant other, right, that ended up fucking putting 10 swords in your back. And it was hella hard to get yourself out of that situation. You got yourself out. You're out. And those are hard to get out of. Trust me, I know. It took me 8 years to get out of mine. Okay? So please, trust the path. You answer the call. There's no going back. There's only forward movement. Thank you, Spirit. Forward movement. That's it. The Divine Director. I don't know why every time I see him, he makes me so happy. It says the Divine Director. Oh my God. Didn't I just tell you to trust the path you're in? It says trust the process. Create space for divine order to unfold. Again, boundaries. You setting boundaries to not continue to live the life that you were living opens up huge space for the divine to step in and give you your I heard map, and give you your map on what to do, on your mission. Thank you, Spirit. On what your mission is here, what you are here to do. Getting rid of all the chaos, all the anything negative, right? That person, place, or thing, whatever wasn't working, getting rid of that and staying away from it and creating boundaries and cutting cords and cleansing your energy and staying grounded and meditating, all of that opens up for them to come in and guide you on what it is that you are going to do, on what your next step is, on what your mission is here in life, what you are here, what you are being called to do. The Divine Director. Every time I see him, it makes me so happy. I don't know why. I heard I'm happy too. Oh my God. That makes me so happy. Oh my God. Please try to stay happy. Do things that make you happy. Do things that make you smile. I always come on here and I do shorts. I'm like, oh my God, the sun is out. The sun makes me so happy. Seeing the sun out brings me joy. It brings me so much joy. I sit under the sun all day, every day. We have Santa Kumara. It says open channel. Signs, codes, downloads, and sacred information. Okay, thank you, Spirit. And on the bottom of the deck, we have Lakshmi. Lakshmi and Ganesha. It says prosperity vibration. You are attracting health, wealth, and happiness. Okay. This is why he said that. Thank you, Ascended Master. The Divine Director. This is why he said that. Well, they're all Ascended Masters, right? The Divine Director. This is the reason why he said that. It says create space for divine order to unfold. So what? So you can get the signs. So you can see the signs. Or recognize the signs. Recognize the codes. The synchronicities. Okay? Yeah, the downloads. By you continuing to trust the path and trust what's unfolding for you, you are going to be giving these downloads and sacred information. And that is your map. Thank you, Spirit. That is your map. That is your map. And because of that, due to those actions that you're going to take, you are going to attract health, wealth, happiness, prosperity. All the abundance is going to start pouring in. Hold on. That's just how it works, right? Staying positive and staying grounded and having positive thoughts and saying positive words to yourself every single day clears space for all these wonderful things to come in, for this to happen. For this to happen. For you to harvest. Okay? It makes way for all that. And we have here, Lady Portilla, it says overcoming limitations. Whatever you had in the past, right? It was limiting you to nothing. And by you taking action, now you're going to be limitless. Thank you, Spirit. You're going to be limitless. So there's nothing that you can't do. There's nothing you can't say. There's just not. It's like an overflowing of creativity. It says overcoming limitations. And I didn't even read it, and I said limitless. So there's limitless prosperity. So you're going to see prosperity in everything. If it's financial, if it's material, if it's in work, if it's in love, if it's in whatever you're creating. Okay? It says karmic release. Didn't I did say that, right? Cut those karmic connections. If it, whatever it looks like for you. It could be a parent. It could be a sibling. It could be everyone. For me, it was everybody. It was everyone in my family. On top of that, my punk-ass ex-husband and his family. Okay? When I tell you my life was full of people. Just like a shit ton of people. And after answering the call and doing what he's asking me to do, I was only left with my kids. And I'm low-key still in hermit mode. And I hear readings sometimes, and I'm being pushed to go out. But I'm just like, with who? I have no one. I don't know nobody. Because everybody that was in my life is no longer here. They're gone. Even a best friend that I had for 12 years, he's gone as well. And he hasn't done anything to me, like actually done something to me. He hasn't. And maybe that is something that I'm about to find out that he's done. And I'm thinking the whole time like, oh my God, we're besties for like 12 years. He would never. Right? Because I do know of some. I know I have a karmic ass mama, karmic ass siblings, karmic ass punk ass husband, karmic ass mother-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law that I want nothing to do with. And I'm still, right now, I still do karmic cord cutting all the time, and I release it. Okay, so that can be something as well. It says let go of the need to be right. So again, this is for somebody who is still not sure if they made the correct choice. This is somebody that does not know if they made the correct choice. You made the correct choice. I'm telling you. Spirit's here saying you made the correct choice. Do not go back. Do not. Actually, you know what? It's up to you. Because we all got free will. If you want to live your life how you were living your life, hey, who am I to say don't do it? You already know what comes with that, right? But you don't know what comes with... You don't know what comes with connecting with spirit. You don't know what comes with that. Ooh, and I was going to put it in the wrong deck. You don't know what comes with that. You know what comes with that? The monarch. Victorious. That's what comes with that. Being victorious. Okay? That's what comes with being together with spirit. With connecting with your divine team. Connecting with the Most High. That's what comes with it. Okay, I am not actually, yeah. Okay, thank you, Spirit. I was gonna say I'm not going to do the pendulum, but I just heard do it, so I'm gonna do it. Hold on, let me grab it because it's over here. So I'm gonna put my cards away. If you guys want to ask your question for the pendulum. Also, if you want to, was it here? Or was it in my other chart? I can't remember. Never mind. Okay. Just say it. If there's like music that you want to hear to like keep your frequency high and things like that, I do hear, I can't remember her name right now, but I'll post, like a little playlist so you can kind of hear different types of songs and music and things like that to keep your vibration high. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and ask these questions. Ready? All right, guys, so I'm gonna say no. Yeah, so that's a no. Okay. Also, I heard something and I was like, okay, I'll say it right now, but now I can't remember what it was. Just do it. Just do it. Okay, just do it. Okay? All right, guys. So don't forget to hit the like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. Adios.